Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video, you will practice English speaking in a natural and effective way. We will use the shadowing method to help you improve your pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence. You don't need to memorize grammar rules or long word lists. Just listen carefully, repeat out loud, and feel the language. This story is simple, emotional, and close to real life, so you can enjoy learning while you practice speaking English step by step. Listen to each sentence carefully. Pause the video and repeat it out loud. Copy the voice, speed, and emotion. Repeat as many times as you need. This is a short story about a young woman and one ordinary day that suddenly changed her life forever. My name is Lily Parker, and this story happened on a quiet Friday morning. I am a graphic designer, and I live in a small apartment in Chicago. Every day I walk to the same cafe before work. I order the same coffee and sit by the window with my laptop. That morning felt normal and calm. The sky was cloudy, and the streets were wet after the rain. I remember feeling tired but peaceful. I had an important presentation at work later that day, and I wanted to prepare one last time. I put my headphones on, opened my laptop, and started working. The cafe was full of soft music and quiet conversations. I placed my bag under the table, next to my feet, like I always did. At that moment, I had no idea that this simple routine was about to break. About an hour later, I decided to leave. I closed my laptop, paid for my coffee, and walked outside. The cold air woke me up. I took a few steps, then stopped. Something felt wrong. I reached for my bag to check my wallet. My heart dropped. The bag was gone. I turned around quickly and ran back into the cafe. My table was empty. The chair was pushed in. My bag was not under the table. I looked around in panic. Inside that bag were my laptop, my notebook, my keys, and my work presentation. My hands started shaking. I asked the barista if anyone had taken a black backpack. She shook her head and said she had not seen it. I felt sick. People around me watched, but no one said anything. I checked every corner of the cafe. Nothing. Tears filled my eyes. I felt angry at myself for being careless. I sat down and tried to breathe. This day was falling apart, and I felt completely alone. I sat there for a few minutes, trying to calm down. Then someone gently touched my arm. I looked up and saw a woman standing next to me. She was about my age, with short hair and kind eyes. "Excuse me," she said softly. "Are you looking for a black backpack?" My heart jumped. I stood up so fast that my chair moved. "Yes," I said. "That's mine." The woman smiled with relief. I thought so. I saw someone pick it up by mistake. He looked confused, not like a thief. She explained that a man in a gray coat had grabbed my bag and left quickly. "I followed him outside," she said, "but I lost him at the corner." I felt disappointed again, but she was not finished. "I work in the building across the street," she continued. "We have security cameras facing the cafe entrance." That gave me hope. Her name was Maya, and she invited me to come with her. We crossed the street and entered a tall office building. She spoke to the security guard and explained everything. The guard nodded and checked the recordings. We watched the screen together. There was the cafe door. There was me walking out. And then we saw the man. He stopped, looked inside the bag, and froze. He clearly realized it was not his. A few seconds later, he turned around and walked back toward the cafe. My heart raced. "Wait," I said. I never saw him come back. Maya leaned closer to the screen. "Look," she said. The man entered the cafe, looked around, and then placed the bag near the counter. The barista picked it up and moved it behind the counter. I stared at the screen in shock. My bag had been there the whole time. We rushed back to the cafe. I went straight to the counter and asked again. This time the barista looked surprised. "Oh," she said, "someone returned a bag earlier." "Is this it?" She placed my backpack on the counter. I opened it quickly. Everything was inside. My laptop, my notebook, my keys. I felt weak with relief. I wanted to cry and laugh at the same time. I turned to Maya. "You didn't have to help me," I said. "But you did." She smiled. Sometimes people just need someone to notice them. I sat back down at my table, holding my bag like it might disappear again. My hands were still shaking, but now from relief, not fear. Maya sat across from me, and for a moment we just smiled at each other. I realized how close I was to losing everything important for my work, simply because I was distracted and tired. But I also realized something else. If Maya had not paid attention, if she had decided it was not her problem, I might never have found my bag. We talked for a while. She told me she had recently moved to the city and knew how lonely it could feel. I told her about my job and how much pressure I felt that day. The panic slowly faded, replaced by calm. I learned that even in a busy city, people still care. Sometimes help comes from a stranger who chooses to stop and look. That day taught me to be more careful, but also more open. I promised myself to notice others more, just like Maya noticed me. Thank you for listening to this story. Remember, every sentence you repeat helps your English sound more natural and confident. Practice slowly, speak clearly, and enjoy the process. I'll see you in the next lesson.